What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. So, you all remember this idiot?
This is a formal notice that if they want to violate my Fifth Amendment right and deny me due process of law, then I will have no choice but to file Section 242, Title 18, which is deprivation of rights under color of law. And that is a felony.
Well, apparently he couldn't take a hint that he was just a babbling simpleton brainless troglodyte, and decided to try to make good on his threats. Let's see how that worked out for him.
We need to get Swalwell's information. I got some paperwork for that guy, for that tyrant. Or should we say the oath breaker? The oath breaker tyrant, Swalwell. And I got paperwork for Hartner too.
Most of our encounters with sovereign citizens have been nonviolent. They're argumentative, sometimes uncooperative. They will file liens and lawsuits against our officers and their property.
Hartner thinks it's cool to force people off the side of the road by force of arms, and that is not cool either.
Translation: I got pulled over for having an expired license that I don't want to renew because I don't think I should have to have a driver's license, and I'm just a big baby having a temper tantrum. Also, get used to forced off the side of the road by force of arms. For some reason, this drama queen likes to keep saying it.
If you or I did that to somebody, forced them off the side of the road, we'd be charged criminally.
Well, yeah, because you're just some random crazy person. Police officers, on the other hand, are trained, sworn, and authorized by the state to pull you over when you break the law.
So, I'm not sure if I'm going to pursue criminal charges yet.
Well, good luck with that.
The state courts aren't going to give two but federal court sure will.
Spoiler alert, they won't give two either.
Federal court still has some level of credibility left. They care about the Constitution and care about preserving rights.
Of course they do, especially the 10th Amendment of the Constitution, which gives states the rights to make it a law that you have to have a driver's license, and enforce that law when you violate it.
That guy right there, that's Tyrant. Is Hartner right here? Yeah, right. Tyrant number 2. Tyrant number 1.
Ah, 2 more people who live rent-free in your head, apparently. I mean, given the amount of empty space in there is room to spare.
Hello. I need to get some information on Swalwell. I need his home address. Yeah. And Hartner. I have some paperwork I have to send to them. Well, no, it has to be sent certified mail, so I know that they got it for court reasons. But
I don't have access to their personal addresses.
is Ivory here today?
I'm not sure. Let me check.
I sent him a bunch of questions that were prepared already, so maybe he's ready for me.
Or maybe it's just the fact he had better things to do than to review your nonsense scribbled in crayon that you call legal documents.
I told him I'd be back. Hello to the one person that's watching. The one person that's not my friend. Maybe you're the undercover guy assigned to my Facebook. I don't know.
So how does humble pie taste anyway?
Well, if you're going to act tyrannical, I'm going to issue a tyrant alert on you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to notify the community. You're not interested in keeping the community safe. You're interested in acting like a tyrant. You're interested in imposing statutes and codes. That's what you're interested in. You take an oath to support the Constitution.
You do realize you're basically just talking to yourself right now.
Oh, that guy right there, the young kid. He's a good officer. He's going to make a good officer. I had the chance to speak with him. That dude's going to make a good officer. I like him. I like him a lot.
Oh, don't worry, I'm sure he'll pull you over and give you a ticket for an expired license at some point. It's kind of becoming the rite of passage around there.
Probably shouldn't say that. I'll probably get him in trouble with his department by saying that. Which is sad. It's like, All we expect you to do is, you see somebody doing wrong out there, you got a duty to put a stop to it.
You mean somebody who drives with an expired license, refuses to renew it, drives on the public road with no regard for the traffic laws, makes a mockery of our justice system, makes prank calls to police stations, encourages other people to do it, and wants personal information of police officers so they can dox or stalk them? I couldn't agree more. Someone should put a stop to that.
So nobody's here today?
Nobody really tells me where they go. They just kind of come and go.
Okay, because
He's earlier, but he's not here now.
is Swalwell like on duty today? He's not? My guess is he's probably on patrol, right? Patrol duty, typically. Well, right. But right. What I'm saying is, like I have paperwork to send. Just to recap, he forced me off the side of the road by force of arms, and he violated my Fourth and my Fifth Amendment right. So I have some paperwork to send to him, and I'm thinking about charging him criminally as well with the FBI.
You serious?
And what I need is a place to send him mail certified where he's going to sign for the mail. And if he's out on patrol, he's never going to be here to get the mail, right? So I have to send it to his home address. The judge and the attorney that I'm going to be sending the paperwork to, more than likely they're going to be at their office, or the judge is going to be at the courthouse, correct? So I can actually address it to the court. I can actually address it to the attorney's office, and they'll actually sign for it there, because more than likely that's where they're going to be.
And more than likely, they're going to just throw it in the trash.
But Swalwell, I don't think he spends a lot of time in here. He spends a lot of time out on the road. So where am I going to send him mail to where he's going to be able to sign for it? You know what I mean?
I understand your dilemma, but
Yeah. Okay. How about this? They delayed my court date another month up in Clarkston, right?
Oh yeah, because you constantly say you don't understand the nature of the charges and you can't understand the definition of the word drive and all that other absolute nonsense on your part?
What if I just want to resolve this matter today? I just want to pay for what I supposedly did wrong. I just want to pay it, and I just want to be done with it today. Can I pay that?
What's this? You actually want to pay the fine? But I thought they were unjustly charging you with a nonviolent victimless crime and you were going to fight this all the way to the Supreme Court.
Not here. Tickets are handled through the courthouse. So, right. But they're not even going to let me make a payment at the courthouse, correct? You don't know that? Well, no, they won't. And the reason why is because you have to have a court date, right? So, right, but then you have to admit that you did wrong, correct? Like you have to sign stating that you did something wrong, right? And I know I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh wait, never mind, he's still delusional. Man, way to give a guy false hope.
Right, I know I didn't cause loss, injury, or harm to anybody. I know there's going to be no party with legal standing in the matter. There's going to be nobody there saying that I did them wrong. Like, I'm going to ask them in court to say, whoever I did wrong to, please point at the person that did you wrong. There's going to be nobody in that courtroom that's going to be able to point at me, right? Because it's on behalf of the state of Michigan, or it's going to be on behalf of the Township of White Lake. The Township of White Lake can't physically show up because it's a fictional entity.
It's false.
You are physically standing inside the town of White Lake, and the town of White Lake has assigned a prosecutor to represent them.
Sorry if this is boring, guys, but just up at the police station, I needed to get Swalwell's information, and I need to get Hardner's information as well, because those two guys think it's cool to act like tyrants and force you off the side of the road by force of arms. And we all know what happens if you ignore them and you don't pull off to the side of the road by force of arms. Then they're going to escalate it to what they call a felony traffic stop, where you didn't stop for them. But, the Fifth Amendment does state that, you can't be deprived of your life, liberty, or property without due process of law.
That's probably why you were given just a ticket and a day to go to court and argue your case. If your arguments actually have merit, then you walk freely without punishment. And if in all likelihood your argument is without merit, then you are subject to punishment and will be required to pay the fines and renew your license. Sounds like your Fifth Amendment rights are being honored to me.
So, what that means is whenever you are forced off the side of the road, basically for expired license, no registration, anything like that, in essence, you have been seized on the side of the road, and you've been deprived of your liberty, which is to just travel unmolested throughout your community without due process of law. And that is wrong. That's unlawful. And these guys swear an oath to the Constitution, and that Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So, I mean, even if you operate outside of those laws, which, you know, I mean, a lot of people do, you know, you're not subject to any laws or dictates of other men in this realm.
You went full soft sit, man. Never go full soft sit.
Other than I need small. I've emailed Ivory, and I'd like him to respond to me and send me Swalwell's home address, because I need to send him mail, and it needs to be certified.
That is the face of someone who really, really doesn't give a shit what you have to say.
And he needs to sign for it. So unless he's going to be here at a specific time, I'll have the mail, or maybe I'll just hand deliver it to him and then he can sign it so I have proof of service. Because when I go to federal court with him, he's going to have to answer for what he did to me.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Okay, I can let Ivory know.
Yeah, please do. And then I've also made an offer to him. Like, I'll be happy to educate some of the officers on, like, the Constitution, because they do take an oath, right? Every officer.
The problem with you is you're completely delusional.
You probably even take an oath to support and defend the Constitution, correct? When you sign up here? So then, no, okay, yeah, and I'm not sure about that, but I appreciate you know, letting me know that you don't. But the officers, they do. They swear an oath to the Constitution. And these guys, I don't even think they know what the Constitution says. Because if they did, then they would understand they might be operating in a legal way, but they are not operating in a lawful way. And the Supreme Court is the supreme law of the land. So by the Fifth Amendment, you have the right to due process of law. And it states in the Fifth Amendment that you are not to be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. So unless you've taken somebody to court, you have a warrant for their arrest, you have no business forcing them to the side of the road by force of arms. And when you turn on those emergency lights, do you guys consider traffic stops an emergency? Well, I mean, like expired license. Would you consider that an emergency? Does anybody ever call in here and say, "Hey, I have an emergency. I see somebody traveling without a sticker"?
Actually, yeah, that's happened.
You have had people call that in as an emergency? Oh my goodness. That's the other problem. That's the other reason why, because I'm recording right now, as you probably know. I don't know if you've. Well, you look great, by the way. You look great. Now, I'm not saying that in a creepy way. I'm not trying to hit on you by any means. But, you know, these are very serious matters. And I'm perfectly willing to come up here and educate some of the officers, like that young kid that's in the back. He's going to be a great officer. I've spoken to him. I've interacted with him before. He's going to be a great guy, and I hope I don't get him in trouble for saying that. You know what I mean? But he was really open, and he was really interested in. I could tell just by the way he engaged with me that he was really open to learning what I was trying to teach him. You know, and I'm not trying to say this like I'm an expert by any means. I just started following this stuff in 2018. But
nobody cares. Nobody. And you need to shut up.
But I've been obsessed ever since, and I think, if you're going to take an oath to support and defend the Constitution, you might want to know what that Constitution says.
I don't know who this poor woman is, and I know this video was 6 months ago, but somebody really needs to send her a gift basket or something for being willing to sit through all of this word salad and nonsense.
And what that Constitution says is you might be operating in a legal way, but you're operating in an unlawful way. And that might not mean anything here. That might not mean anything on the county level. It might not even mean anything on a state level. But on a federal level, that's where you're going to be held accountable.
We do not care.
And that's what I'm learning how to do right now. I'm taking law classes, and I know how to file federal lawsuits. And I'm going to be filing a federal lawsuit against Swalwell. And I'm going to be filing a federal lawsuit against Hartner.
Sounds like you still need to do more research, because clearly you haven't gotten to this part yet.
I just need to know where I need to send the mail. So that's why I need his home address. He knows where I live. He's gotten my ID before, so he knows where I live. I need to know where he lives so I can send him the mail.
Also, apparently you haven't gotten to this part of your research either. You ever think you might actually be bad at this?
So, yeah, please do, because I'd like to educate his officers. I really would, because more and more people are going to be doing what I'm doing. And this is a growing movement that people are doing. It really is. And they might want to know how to interact with people like me.
Yeah, that's probably why the FBI is investigating people who do what you do, because it's considered to be part of the largest domestic terrorism movement in the country.
So, okay, I appreciate you. All right, have a great day. Thank you. So there we have it. Okay, can't get Swalwell's information today, can't get Hartner's information today, so hopefully Lieutenant Ivory emails me back, because I need these people's addresses where I can send them mail. I'm going to be sending them something certified mail for a federal lawsuit, and these guys are going to have to answer for the fact that they violated my rights. They violated my Fifth Amendment rights.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
There was more after this, but let's be honest, it was just nothing but him rambling senselessly to his audience of maybe 2 people. But then you could probably sum up his entire life with that sentence. I've already made it abundantly clear that this guy has absolutely no credibility and is just outright delusional. And I seriously doubt a federal lawsuit is in his future, although I'm pretty sure a federal investigation might be. So if Mr. Bat Baby Tantrum happens to be watching this video and has even made it to this point, I wish to say the following. Mr. Lanto, Josh, I don't know what research you're doing that makes you think that you somehow will be able to be above the law, that the police departments of the country are interested in your brand of education, but I can tell you one thing with certainty. Everyone and anyone who's ever gone down this path, who's tried to use the same magic words you've used, they only end one way, and that way is not the happy ending you're looking for. If this truly is the hill you intend to die upon, then I assure you, you will die upon that hill alone, sight unseen, and unremarked. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see here and you want me to see me look at even more stupid people in the future, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Till next time.